What's up, family? Marcus here with the Puka Minute Podcast, and it's time for another Shooting from the Hip episode. Pew, 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 pew. I am stuck in traffic for like the 7th time. I was supposed to be home last night at about 10 o'clock in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. It is now 8:30 a.m. the very next day, and I'm still like 4 hours away from home. It's been a disaster. I left Little Rock, Arkansas around 12:30, and I was making good time for the first couple hours of the trip. And then as soon as I saw St. Louis on my GPS map, it just turned to shit. Essentially, black ice hit all of a sudden without any warning, and there were like huge clusters of traffic that were just completely stopped, both lanes, north and southbound. People couldn't make it up a hill. It was just a freaking damn disaster. So that was pretty frustrating. Sat in a couple different spots for over an hour. Every time I'd start moving, we'd hit another cluster of traffic. I was listening to the local radio station at the time, and they said over 100 accidents on 67 north and southbound combined by St. Louis. So yeah, it was an absolute freaking disaster. I'm exhausted. I wished I was at home right now with my kids. It was supposed to have happened last night, so they were all supposed to wake up with me being home. That didn't happen. So now that you know all that jazz, and you know that I'm in crappy weather and traffic, let's talk about some SOTM. I have failed you guys this month. I have been so damn busy, and it's time to announce the staple of the month. And because I have an extra one, the staple of the month is going to be, drumroll please, Julian, a Expedition Wooded Bastion, or Bastion, however you'd like to say it. Oh good, traffic is stopping again, how exciting. Anyway, so that will be the SOTM for the month of December. Remember, if you want to be entered to win, all you need to do is be at least a $1 a month subscriber / Patreon of the Puka Minute Podcast, and we'd love to have you. I do believe that we might have lost a Patreon due to banking issues from overseas. So I think we're at like 18 now when we used to be at 19. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we really would love to get upwards of 20, 21 Patreons by the end of the month. Sure would be a pleasure to have you on board. If you have been on the fence, let me help you out with this one. If you have been on the fence of becoming a Patreon, I want you to think of this. If you were to comment on every video that we make, every podcast video, okay, is one style. And then obviously we have, and it's postponed as of right now from travel issues and all that. But the other one is the subscriber pack giveaway videos. All right, if you were to comment every day on both of those, you're bound to win a couple giveaways a month. So even that $1 a month Patreon subscription, you're going to make more than that back. Plus, if you end up winning the SOTM, that staple of the month, you definitely made your money back, because I don't know if we've ever done a card less than at least $20. So there's that. And plus, if you decide to do a $5 a month option or more, you actually get gifts every month from us. Now, again, I want to put a caveat to that. Those of you Patreons out there that are 20 and up per month, I have not shipped those out yet, but I will be this Monday. So if you were worried about that, don't be. The local game store in Little Rock, I was not, well, at first I was impressed actually, but their customer service really disappointed me. I don't know if I just don't look like a normal Magic the Gathering player, but they try to lowball me on some prices for trade-in values and stuff like that. So I wasted a bunch of time there, and you know what? I just didn't feel like buying any of their product after that. So, as soon as I get back to my LGS in Cedar Rapids, I will be buying some product, and I will be shipping out to those Patreons of the higher dollar amounts. If you are a $5 or $10 Patreon, then you should either have already your Puka packs from last month that were shipped recently, or they are going to be there any day because they have been sent. I do want to thank you all again for being proud, loud supporters of the podcast, and I appreciate you all more than you'll ever know. And I really, really would like to get a couple more of you guys so I can say without a doubt that we've got 20, because as it sits right now, we're a couple short. So now I want to say thank you to Julian for doing yesterday's video with no audio. What a guy. What a great editor he is. He is my right-hand man, and sometimes he's in charge of the Puka Minute podcast because, being at the academy, there were days where things were just too dang busy, and I just could not make it happen, and he picked up that slack, and he rolled with it. So, Julian, you do have one heck of a nice Christmas bonus coming to you, my friend. Also, I want to do a quick shout-out to Discord users. I did have someone PM me or DM me on Twitter. He was a discouraged Puka trader. He said he hadn't gotten anything in a long time. He had around $85 worth of Puka points, and he was lost in the sauce. He was up shit creek without a paddle, and Julian, I sure hope you're putting pictures to some of this stuff I'm saying, because it sure would be funny. Basically, he wanted my help. He needed advice, and he wanted more than just the normal pro tips. So, I got him to sign on to Discord. Not just sign on, but get an actual account with Discord, as he had gotten one that morning. I took him into Discord Trades paper chat with me, and I just threw a quick shout out to him, let the people on Discord know that he was a new Discordian, and we needed to help him out a little bit. And from what I understand, he has some cards coming to him, and even though he initially said that he wasn't going to be sending out any cards because he was worried about Puka points, he has sent some cards out because he knows that if you do get on Discord, you will be taken care of. So if you're on the fence about that, highly suggest that you jump and leap over that fence and just get a login. Go in there, get yourself an avatar, maybe a picture of your silly face with a Santa hat on, whatever you want to do. And just tell people that I sent you there and you're excited to be there. And, post your link a couple times a day, talk to some people, make some friends. Strictly average. Basically, if you see a guy with his avatar as Deadpool with a Santa hat on, tell him thank you, because he has just been an amazing, amazing help with the podcast as far as sending cards to people. And I don't mean to me, I mean to everyone. He's one of those guys that will do whatever he can to help this community. And the community is quickly turning from just a PucaTrade community to a Discord PucaTrade community. And you guys might think I'm blowing smoke, but I'm absolutely not. It is 100% working. If you have had no cards traded to you randomly in the last couple of months, I can almost guarantee you, as long as your want list is, not 6 cards, as long as you have an extensive list, I think that you're going to get some cards sent to you. That discouraged trader that I mentioned just a little bit ago, he's from Italy. So, we all have our issues with location. And even if you're out of the United States, you're going to get some help. And guys, if there's background noise, I really apologize for that. But the weather is just awful, and you guys must be my good luck charm, though, because this is the best traffic has moved since I first started getting close to St. Louis. So, amen to that. It is currently 30 degrees with a sleet. The roads are a little icy, of course, because of the two things mixed together. But I want to say thank you again to Julian for being so supportive. I want to thank you guys for being so supportive over the last 2 months. Being in Little Rock, away from a local store, away from the ability to have good internet. You've stuck throughout. Our subscriber numbers have grown. Patreon numbers grew for a while there. And absolutely, that's nothing that I've done. That's you guys, because I wasn't able to make the best videos I've ever made, over the last couple months. Some of them have been rushed. Some of them have been poor audio. And I just want to thank you guys because, I don't want the guy that isn't motivated to be here with us. I want you guys that don't mind seeing pictures of me at the police academy like Julian put up yesterday. We're a family, and hopefully, I could be wrong. Maybe some of you guys are only about PucaTrade or maybe about just Magic, but I hope that you guys are care about me as much as I care about all of you. If you guys ever need anything, remember to just send me a DM on Twitter at MTGEpicMarcus, or just shoot me an email, pucaminute@gmail.com. I'm always, I'm always willing to help out a subscriber. As a matter of fact, I had a subscriber contact me yesterday because he needed some Puca points. So, we talked and we figured out a deal and made it happen. So just remember, guys, I'm here for you, and we'll get back to our normalcy soon. I hope to see you all tomorrow. If I am able to do a podcast episode, I will do so. If I have to shoot from the hip, I will. So I hope you guys enjoyed this unique episode. And Julian, don't forget the disclaimer this time, buddy. Everybody, I am out.